Hey everybody, this is Mark Johnson, your fitness ambassador from Bounce Pep and the youngest son of Bill Johnson. Please hit the like button and also please hit the bell so that you receive notifications when we release new videos. I'm going to answer the question today, what is ATP? Well, ATP is basically a molecule that you use to provide energy for exercising. And it's adenosine triphosphate, so it's basically it has a component of adenosine and then 3 phosphates. And as you use energy, the ATP molecule releases phosphates, and the phosphates have to be replaced in order for you to keep using more and more ATP molecules. So that's the simple, quick explanation of what ATP is. And there are different energy systems that your body uses to provide energy when you train, when you work out, when you exercise. The first one is going to be the ATP, essentially the creatine system. So this system provides energy just in very, very short bursts, maybe 9-10 seconds at a time. And it's the system that you use just when you're starting to work out. And it burns out extremely quickly, so it just doesn't last very long. And so then you have to move on to the next system, and the next system is going to be the anaerobic system, and that's basically just using glucose to produce energy. And when you're using the anaerobic system, the thing about it is it's really great for a minute, 90 seconds, maybe 2 minutes of high intensity exercise, but then it burns out. So after that, you go to the aerobic system, and at that point, you're still using glucose, but oxygen is also coming into the muscle at the same time. And you can use this system not necessarily for really high intensity exercise, but more just like moderate intensity, and you can maintain that for much longer than using the anaerobic system, because you're adding the oxygen and that allows you to just go longer. So you can keep that up for several more minutes. Again, it's not necessarily for high intensity, but it is for moderate intensity, and you can keep it up for a pretty good time. But for really long-term physical exertion, what you're going to start to need is to use fat. So in this case, your body actually will begin to use fat that's stored in your body to produce energy. And fat, the thing about that is that it is much more efficient at energy production than protein and carbohydrates. Okay, so carbohydrates, of course, produce glucose, and glucose is what's being used mainly in the anaerobic systems. But when you move to fat, again, this is for sustained exercise. You could be doing something for maybe 2 hours, a marathon or something like that. That's going to be using fat, and then it mixes a little bit of oxygen and glucose as well, just to keep going. But when you're using fat, because it's so efficient at producing energy, and it doesn't produce any lactic acid or anything like that, you can just kind of keep going for a long time with it. So again, your use of ATP involves a bunch of different kind of energy systems that you have available, and I just wanted you to get a basic idea of what ATP is. Again, it's essentially an energy molecule. That's basically, just think of it like that, that you need to train and exercise and everything. And you have different systems that you can cycle through depending on the intensity of the exercise and how long you need to maintain that exercise. And there you go. That is a simple explanation of what ATP is and how you use it and how you produce it. All right. Talk to you next time.